Let's see, how are we? Hello, hi. Hi, everyone. I'm just trying to stay warm here because it's cold, but it's sunny. Hello, who's here with me? Says that there's a few people here. Hi, everyone. It's been a while. Uh, a lot has gone on. Not good things, actually, to be, transparent. I've been experiencing what's called karmic acceleration. And basically, in a nutshell, what that is a lot of like schmutz, or challenging circumstances, situations come up to be cleared out, right? Hey, Katie. Hey, Myra. So nice to see you guys. And these scenarios, circumstances, situations are here to change your perspective on things in life so that you start doing things differently, right? So sometimes people will take that as like a psychic attack or, they're just in a state of bad luck or whatnot. So I had some really big things. Hey, Allie, so nice to see you too. And I will be answering your questions. I just want to give you guys an explanation as to why pretty much I've been MIA. Hey, Khaled, so nice to see you for like the past month. So I was rear-ended and my back, my shoulder, my foot, my neck. I mean, there's been a lot of physical pain. So I've been dealing with that. And then I got COVID. Yay. And what was interesting about, hey, Della, so nice to see you. Hey, Sammy, so nice to see you. No, you haven't missed anything just yet. So it was very, thankfully, my COVID experience was very light in the respiratory challenges, right? So, I mean, it just seemed like I had a little cold with a lot of like scratchy. I never lost my sense of taste or smell, which is really nice. But what it did was that it amplified any already existing pain in my body. So everything that I was experiencing was awful in terms of physical pain in my body because like 2 weeks prior, I was rear-ended, right? So my body was already in pain. And so this amplified it like a gazillion bazillion times. It was so painful. That was my COVID experience. But excuse me, I am grateful that it really, compared to I guess what it could have been. I never ended up on, I mean, I had my inhaler, so I was able to like, hey, Debbie, so nice to see you. Hey, Sunflower. So I had my inhaler. Okay, fine. It like wasn't that bad. Like I said, that part wasn't that bad, but oh my God, my body was in pain. So that happened. And then taxes came and I owe the government a shit ton of money. And I'm like, oh my God, all of these things at one time. And it's called karmic acceleration because I did switch up my spiritual practice. And that's going to happen to you guys, by the way. If you change up a spiritual practice and you get into a specific routine, you're changing not just your energetic state, but you're changing your spiritual programming as well because you're clearing out stuff, right? You're clearing stuff out. And so that's pretty much what's been happening. So, I mean, I'm dealing with all of the physical pain, seeing a chiropractor, all the things, but I can't talk that much about it. And this is probably going to be the end of it because there is a lawsuit and I can't be talking about it, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys why I've been MIA. So I am feeling better enough to be here with you guys, which is great. But I will be waking and I will be like moving my body around a bit just to be as comfortable as possible. But karmic acceleration is a real thing. So if you get into a period of your life, heating pads and CBD cream helps. Thank you. If you do get into a period of your life where it feels like a bunch of crappy things are happening, it is because um, you're clearing stuff out and you're being forced to look at life differently. And I know exactly what this is all doing. It is making me look at things from a very different perspective. I had just started working on some body work with my physical body before any of this happened. And what I mean by body work is like mental work, perception, perspective on like how I am treating my body mentally and emotionally. So, of course, I'm going to, there's going to be, a series of events that are going to work on my body that are going to affect my body. So that's kind of what happened there. So that is why I've been MIA. I've missed you guys, but I had to take some time to myself. We all have to take some time to ourselves sometimes. And sometimes, if we don't make that choice on our own to rest and relax, then sometimes we're forced to, right? So, hello, Katie. Katie has a question. Hey, Terrie, if you had to pick a different career path, what would you do? Oh, I love that question. What would I do? I feel like, okay. Oh my gosh. I love that. I feel like, okay, I would really want to do like Broadway musicals, like be on Broadway. I just wouldn't want to be in New York because I don't like that weather, but Broadway musicals. But then on the other hand, it'd be kind of cool to be an FBI agent in like the Fringe division. I don't know if you guys ever watched that TV show Fringe, but like when I had COVID, I started watching it again because I couldn't do anything but lie in bed. So I started watching Fringe. And so I'd want to be a Fringe FBI agent or, one of those FBI agents that worked with like Mulder and Scully, right? Sorry, guys. Mulder and Scully, right? So I would want to do that. I love that question. Thank you. Hey, Allie, nice to see you too. Sunflower's here, Khalid's here, Sammy's here, Della, Debbie, Mariam, new haircut? No, actually, it's just growing back. Remember, I shaved my head in September, I think it was. Yeah, in September. And so it's just growing back. Like I'm starting to get bangs now. I haven't actually done anything to it, but I have wavy curly hair and it's starting to like grow back in. So it's definitely it's like big. Oh, I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you love it. Katie, I love your answer. Oh, very cool. Thank you. Sarah, hi Terrie, we missed you. I missed you too. I missed you guys too. Della, how's your dog doing with their anxiety reactivity? Oh my God, she's doing so much better, you guys. So it's very interesting because I did learn something and we could apply it to ourselves too, but the trainer told me that sorry, it hurts to sit in this one position too long. Yeah, she is better, Myra. The trainer told me to potty train her. I have like a little patio in the back to train her to potty on the patio. So what I was doing was I was walking her, and every time we would walk, there would be a trigger of some sort that would activate her to feel like she was being threatened. So she would be very reactive. And so I got one of those like grass turf type things. And I taught her, that was a really hard thing to do, but I taught her how to potty on the patio. And that's the cue words. And ever since then, she's been so much better. When I do take her on a walk, which has been not very often lately because it's difficult for me to walk because my foot's hurting, my back's hurt, everything. So when I have taken her on a walk and she's seen someone on a bike or roller skates or somebody coming towards us, she actually hasn't been barking. So I just needed to slow that down, right? So, and I had to find another way. There's always another way to do something, right? There's always a solution. It's just when we're stressed out, we can't see past our hands, right? So yes, she's doing so much better. And I have her in her crate right now because I can't be chasing her around if she started to get all silly and naughty. So yes, yes, yes. So what's been going on with you guys? Huh? How's everybody doing? By the way, Friday, we should be back on for meditation. So Friday night meditation. It's really cool. Yay. Sarah's asking a question. Is it true that animals reincarnate and keep coming back to you throughout your life through different pets? I heard it's common for pet souls to keep coming back to you in some form. I've never heard of that. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty cool if you think about it. I don't know. Here's what I can tell you is that because I've had many dogs in my lifetime, and my dog Bonzo, who passed away in August, um, he didn't seem to be a reincarnation of any of the other dogs that I've had that I'm consciously aware of in this lifetime. But I did ask his higher soul if he could help me choose the next dog. So I do feel like, and this was before he passed, because I had Chelsea and Bonzo together maybe for about 2-3 months before Bonzo passed. And I had asked Bonzo if he could help me choose the next pup that I had. And so I do believe he brought me to Chelsea because when I went to the pound like once or twice, and I had seen her on the hi Sunny. I had seen her on the website, but I didn't choose to visit her or like to look at her or consider her because I didn't like the way her picture looked. They do really bad jobs of choosing the pictures or taking pictures of the animals like right when they come in. So they're dirty and all that. Anyways, I went to go see some other little pups and they were gone. And then I walked by her dog run and I was like, that's Sabine because her name at the pound was Sabine. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, she's beautiful. She looked nothing like her picture. And so I met with her and played with her, and she was definitely the one. Um, but I didn't go there for her. So I was definitely led to her, and I had asked Bonzo to help me. But I'm not, and what's interesting is I'm not an animal communicator, but every once in a while in a reading, they will communicate, they will come through. But I don't specifically do animal communication. So that might be a good question for an animal communication, but I can't see why not. Why they don't keep coming back to you. Can't see why not. Great question, Sarah. Miriam, can't wait. It's been ages since I joined. Hi, Katie. I see you. I'll be with you in just one moment. Can't wait. It's been ages since I joined. So much has changed. I'm not sure what that's in regards to. But you sound really excited, so I'm really glad that it's been a positive change. Hold on. I have to turn off my Oh. Turn this off. No. My heating blanket. I use a heating blanket a lot of times for my back. It's now on my lap because it's cold outside. It's too hot. All right. Hi, Sunny from India. Welcome, welcome. Namaste or namaskar. I have a real tickle in my throat today. It's whatever. All right. Katie's got a super chat question. Here we go. I start a new job next month and I'm anxious. Good reason to be anxious. How do you see me enjoying my new job? Any tips, advice, encouragement, or is appreciated? Probably should have had some water nearby. Hold on, let me grab some water. Do you guys hear the difference in my throat? Hold on. Ugh. Nishangaba. Oof. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. See, sometimes. No, I shouldn't put it there. It's too low. Stay. Sometimes you just are human. That's all. Um, Arnica oil works for muscle aches. That's cool. Thank you. All right. Katie, your new job next month. Well, I feel a huge sense of relief from you, which is good. And I feel like, hey, Sunflower, I see your super chat. Give me a minute to finish off with Katie here. There's going to be a learning curve. So I feel like your anxiety might, for a temporary time, might amplify. Jeez, Louise. Might amplify, might get bigger, might get exacerbated from the stress. So there's always a learning curve, right? Always a learning curve. So don't feed into that. So when you're talking about like any tips or any advice or encouragement, I would encourage you not to feed into the anxiety. Accept the anxiety, understand that it's there, and it's going to be there until you feel more confident. That's normal, that's natural. I feel like, I got to sit back a little bit. I feel like it could take you 6 to 9 months before you feel more confident. Okay. Maybe the word is settled, more settled. Okay. So you're going to have to be really kind, compassionate, and slow, gentle with yourself. Okay. Slow and gentle with yourself for the first 6 to 9 months. It feels to me like this could be, if you choose, remember it's a choice, that you could choose to be with this company for a while. So this could be a long-term job. I don't see you disliking it. I don't see you having hard times. Well, there's always going to be hard times, right? But I don't see you, as of this conversation, I just don't see a lot of problems. I feel like you'll get along fine with your coworkers. This is a good move for you. And I feel like there's growth for you. So really the only advice I would give you that's coming up is just to hang in there for this first 6 to 9 months while you're learning and developing, because you got to not only figure out, well, what do I do for the job, but also like the energy and how this new company works. So I think you're going to do really great. I think you're going to do really great. Okay. Sunflower's got a question. Thank you for the super chat. Am I going to book my ticket to go to Canada by July? Currently waiting for my new passport. Okay, so you're waiting for your new passport and you want to know if you're going to book your ticket to Canada by July. Yeah. It might be, I feel like it's either going to be in June or in July. By July usually means like what, by June 30th? I feel like it's going to be more like in July or at the beginning of July. If you're giving me just that time schedule, because there's something about it being late or running late, your purchase. And that could just be because maybe the passport doesn't come on time, you know? Maybe there's a late thing with the passport. I feel like there's something here that's going to prolong. So I'm not, as of this conversation, so I feel like you're slowing down the process. energetically what you're doing is you're focusing too much on it. So you're actually activating law of repulsion. If you want this by July, stop thinking about it. Just let it happen. Okay? That will hopefully help. Hopefully that'll help, okay? Sarah, I see you. I wish I had more water in here. I have a really bad tickle in my throat. Will my job send me to Kosovo in August or keep me back in Germany to fill in for other people that are leaving? I feel like you're staying in Germany. I feel like you're staying in Germany, Sarah. All right, so here's what I get. I feel like they might send new, I don't know why I want to say this. So I don't know how this works. Whether there's new recruits or newer people than you, they'll be more apt to be sent to Kosovo because it feels like because you have the knowledge and awareness already of how Germany is run, that they're going to need somebody who already knows everything to stay in, to take over, just like to keep, not keep the peace, not keep the calm, but keep the stability, or keep the running, keep it running smoothly. I just feel like you're going to stay in Germany. If you do, for whatever reason, go to Kosovo, it's just for training. Like you'd be training other people, or there would be a training of some sort. I don't think you're going to be there permanently. That's the information I get. Okay. Miriam says, are you feeling unwell, Terrie? Yeah. I mean, I can't really talk about a lot of what's going on because there's a lawsuit, but I do have a tickle in my throat right now, and that is really irritating and really annoying. So the other stuff I can't really talk about that much. Sunflower, looks like you're about to super chat. La 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 la. Just waiting. So, what else has been going on, you guys? This has been about a month since I've been on here. I've been working though. I just haven't been doing lives. I've actually been nicely busy. I'm in the middle of like revamping and redoing some of my marketing. Sunflower's question, once I get my aesthetic license, am I going to be able to get the kind of job I want fast? Currently doing the refresher. Fast. I don't know what your definition of fast is, because if you think about it, if you get a position within a few months, that could be pretty fast. If you mean like the day you graduate, I don't think that's going to happen. But like in the big picture of things, here's what I feel. I do feel like it comes quicker than it comes quicker than you're expecting. That's what that feels like. But here's the thing. The kicker is there's this sense of like looking backwards. So it may not feel that way at first, but when you're done and you've already started working, you're going to be like, wow, I actually found that position fast. So your definition of fast might be different than my definition of fast, but I do feel that all in all, when you do look back and you get whatever you get, you're going to be like, wow, that was actually fast. So hopefully that helps. I just think that you do it feels to me like you have an expectation that may not be met. Again, just like, with the passport, you got to let things go. I feel like you have these tendencies to like obsess, watch, log, track. And it feels like that slows things down for you. Hey, Roxanne, nice to see you. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Della. Hi, Della. Okay. How do I overcome my desperation about the way I look? Recently, I even pierced my tongue to prevent myself from eating. This is a constant struggle. Oh, sweetie. All right, Della. I don't know that you're going to like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it because I've always been transparent and very, honest. You have to get to the root of the matter. So I feel like you do a lot of band-aid work, but you don't actually do the deep, dark work. I'm sorry to say that. So we all have narratives or stories from our childhood that color our choices and decisions, or give us perspectives of life, the different areas of life, and how we go about moving in any kind of direction. Okay. And I feel that you've been dancing around it. Like you're willing to pierce your tongue instead of actually look at the problem. That would be, someone might consider that a band-aid. So you're willing to do anything outside of you, but you're not willing to take a look at the inside because it's messy. We're all messy. We have messes inside of us and it's ugly. So there's ugliness inside of us and it's dirty. And it's dirty inside of us. And there's shame inside of us. So when you're asking, how do I overcome my desperation about the way that I look? The how is you start doing some deep, dark work on yourself. Hi, Sunisha. I see you. Just one moment. You've got to go down and deep and talk to those parts of you that you're afraid to talk to. Now, it's not an easy journey, so I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is painful. But when you pass over and get through, it's really freaking amazing. It's really freaking amazing. So it's about being honest with yourself. And it really has nothing to do with anybody outside of you. You're saying for sure. It's like I make a plan to change and then I panic and look for a quick fix. Those quick fixes, they call it a quick fix because it's quick, right? You feel good temporarily. You've been able to manage your energy temporarily, right? So, it's at this point where I would share with everybody that I do deep, dark work with people. I do the shadow work with people. I work with people, but it takes time. I work with people for 12 sessions. It takes money. It's not cheap. And it takes initiative to be able to do the work. And it takes a lot of compassion for the self. So if you're, really ready and willing to work on yourself and get to the core matter, and clear that energy and stop making quick fixes, you can work with me one-on-one, right? But again, it takes time because we live in a dimension where you are to where you want to be, there's space in between. So you have to close that gap. You have to move your physical body. And this is called the space-time continuum, right? So it takes time to solve problems, to solve issues, right? It takes energy, it takes momentum, it takes understanding when to use what kind of energy. It takes co-creation, working with partnership. It's really hard to do this on your own. Della, definitely going to work with you on this matter because it's so deep. Well, if anybody wants to work with me one-on-one over a longer period of time, because remember, you guys, we all have stories within us that keep us from reaching our goals, from becoming more prosperous, from becoming more physically healthy, from becoming more abundant, from finding the job and the career, and from finding that love that stop us. Right? So you can go, there's a link in the description. Right now, the program is called Shift Happens, but I'm going to be changing things up. But it's still going to be that 12-week coaching, mentoring, teaching program. And you can go ahead and click on that button. It'll take you to a description of the one-on-one work, and you can set up a free consultation to see if, we can work together. Okay? Cuz just cuz we talk doesn't mean I'm going to be working with you. Okay? We have to see if we're a good match. All right? Sunflower, I see you, but I'm going to get to Sunisha first. Okay? All right. All right, Della. You're going to be okay if you're willing to work on yourself. If not, you're just going to continue to get the BS. Okay. Sunisha, hi, Terrie. I hope you are well. I've been looking for a job for about 2 months, but I haven't had any luck. Do you think I'll find a job soon? All right. 2 months, believe it or not, is not a long time. It might feel like forever, right? But it's not a long time. What they're saying is that you need to get super clear, reverse engineer the situation. You have to know exactly what you want and what you need. There's 2 different things. Hey, Debbie, I see you. I'll get to you in just a moment. So you have to know what you need and what you want. And right now they're saying you're not clear enough on your needs and what you want. So it's really hard for the universe to present to you any potential opportunity if you're not clear, right? So get super clear and right. You also want to be able to know how you're going to feel, when you get that job. Why are feelings so important in manifestation? Because it's in the astral emotional body, which is the body closest to the physical body. After that is the mental body. So first you have to get super clear with what you want. That energy can drop down into the emotional, right? Because it's going to make you feel something. And then the emotional will drop into the physical, into reality. So you have to be like super clear what you want, what you need, and how you're going to feel. Okay. So when you're asking, do you think I'll find a job soon? Soon is dependent upon you. How soon can you start feeling as if you're in your perfect job? That's the question. And that's because really the feeling is the manifestation. Because remember, everything has to drop into physical reality, but it has to go from one body to another body to the physical body. Okay. Okay. Sunflower. Okay, there's your question. Okay, I'm trying to keep track here. Okay, sunflower. Are things going to grow with Chris and I, or am I going to end up in a different direction with someone else? Gosh, you're in your pattern, girlfriend. The last guy was Brandon. Now it's Chris, and it's still the same thing. I'm about to say something, girl, that I just, again, it's just honest and it's just real. But until you break your pattern of all the what ifs and noticing lack in what you don't have, you're going to keep getting into the same situations and scenarios, right? Which is this going to work out? You need to stop worrying about the person and look at the relationship. So you're kind of reverse engineering, kind of like what I was telling Sunisha. What's the kind of relationship you want? If you look at it like a movie, it'll cast itself, and it's not going to matter whether it's Chris, Brendan, Brian, Michael. It's not going to matter because you're going to have somebody who's going to want the same things as you. So stop looking at the person and start looking at the relationship. Design your relationship. You're in a pattern where you're going to keep getting in with these guys. Is this going to work out? Is this not going to work out? It's very victimizing. It's saying you have no control over your emotions. So nothing is going to work out until you start to get control. All right. I'm sorry to be so blunt and brash about it. That cannot feel good to hear. But you're the lowest common denominator here, right? So Start designing and creating the relationship, and the person will fill the spot. Okay. Debbie, I don't see your question. It says message retracted. Did I hold on? Because I want to make sure I get um, all of my super chats get priority. I do see you, Allie, but right now I'm on Debbie and I don't see her question. Debbie, please write in your question so that I can answer it because it just says message retracted. Okay, we are with Allie. Hi, Terrie. Any advice or message regarding my professional life? Thanks so much. You have to have more belief in yourself. You have to have more belief in yourself. That's going to translate into confidence. You are like the imposter syndrome is kind of what I feel like is happening with you. You can do this. You're okay. You can do this. You just have to trust yourself. With deadlines, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to meet a deadline, which as an anxious person, of course you're going to do that. That's what makes you a really great employee. Anxious people are the best hires, by the way, because they want to get things done. The problem is a lot of times they get things done too fast and they can make mistakes, right? So the advice they can give you is stop putting so much pressure of perfectionism on yourself with deadlines, and just allow yourself to do the work, and then you can go back and review. Don't, because I feel like you do work over and over and over again, and it's like you're wasting so much of your energy, and ultimately you get it right, but by the time you get it right, hey Sarah, I see you. Every time you get it right, it's like you're exhausted because you like didn't believe or trust that you can do it. And so therefore you had to effort so hard to do it. And so you did it so fast because you wanted to go ahead and do it. And then you end up having to redo it because of the mistake. So believe in yourself that you can do this. Okay. Believe in yourself that you can do this. Hi, Susan. All right. Sarah, does my command team, what time is it? Okay. Just my back is really sore, so I don't know if I can make it the whole hour. We'll see. Does my command team recognize that a lot of the people in their unit are burned out? No, I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it. I think they're so focused on making sure they do their job. It's almost like I feel like they know they have to produce, and there's some sort of like, not filter, but there's some sort of like I don't know what you would want to call it, block or something that they, it's almost like a lack of empathy. Ego will do that to us. And a lot of times ego comes from fear. And I know in the military, like there's a lot of fear. There's so much structure. Okay, Debbie, awesome. Okay, I see your question. I'll get to you as soon as I'm done with Sarah here. It's almost like they're so into their ego from their own fear that they have to block out any empathy so that they don't become entangled or entwined. So that, hey, Myra, I see you. I'll be with you in a moment. Because without the empathy, they're not able to see the perspective from other people. Hey, Susan, I see you. I'll be with you in a moment. So No, I don't think they see that they're burned out. And it sucks. I feel really bad for the burner outers. I don't know what you guys call them, your team or whatever. The people in their unit. I don't I feel bad, but I don't think they recognize it. Okay. All right, Debbie. I know my stories affect me in relationships. Ha! Same here. Hey, sister. Met two different men that seem open to help me explore these. Okay. Curious who you feel best about, Abby or Ron. All right, I'm going to go one step further. Why do you have to choose? So I know that's like weird, right? So here's the reality. The reality is you have these men that are going to help explore this with you. Each are going to have a different perspective and each are going to be able to help you out in different ways. But there's something, it feels like you're not necessarily being traditional anyways right now. So why do you have to be traditional? What is going on that you have to choose one or the other? That's what's coming up. If they're here to teach you, we can have many teachers. Are you being authentic with yourself and exploring monogamy is what they're saying. Because if you're not, why do you have to choose? So that's the first bit of information that's showing up. Now, let me get in to see who would be better, Abby or Ron. Oof. All right, I don't know how you define better. This is how I'm going to define better. I'm going to define better. Hey, Lady Bree, I see you. I have a few people ahead of you, so I will be with you in just a moment. I'm going to define better. Oh, you're saying definitely not traditional either one. Yeah. So Debbie, I'm going to define better as which one will teach you how to open up your heart more. And sometimes that comes from pain. Um, and the pain is just the breaking of our patterns. So the pain is parts of us that are dying, that just are no longer viable. So if that's the case, that's how I'm defining better. So yes, better might be more painful, but the more pain we experience, the more our heart opens up and we become more compassionate and empathetic towards ourself and others, because it gives us an opportunity to learn about ourselves, to bring up forgiveness to ourselves for the choices that we make, and to bring up um um compassion for ourselves. So I would say for me, I feel better about Abby. So, ultimately you have to make your choice. I don't know that you have to choose either or if you're not doing anything traditional anyways. Um so be really honest with yourself. But if you're going to be monogamous, to me it feels like Abby, but you have to make that choice and decision, okay? And of course, I'm basing this basically who's going to break your heart more, because that's where the growth is going to come from. That's where the evolution is going to come from. That's where you'll be working out karma from. Very weird. Definitely not intuitive. It's counterintuitive, but evolution happens when we're uncomfortable, not from comfort. Okay. I hope that helps. All right. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody, because so many of you want some questions today, which is great because I want to be here for you, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, Myra. Hello, Miss Myra. I just had a moment now and teared up. I'm not sure whether I need to transfer back home or stay in LA. So, what's coming up is you can do either or. You're being very hard on yourself. You're like giving yourself ultimatums. Where is that coming from? What pattern are you going back into, right? Um they're saying get back to basics. So, whatever you have done in the past to anchor yourself to collect your energy is what you need to be doing. Because if you make a choice or a decision from a place of it's not a hell yes, most of the time it's a no. And you can't answer the questions. There's two questions. Do I go back home? Do I stay in LA? It's not or, right? So, neither one is a hell yes. Do I go back home? Hell yes. Do I stay in LA? Hell yes, right? So you can't make your choice or decision right now because it's not going to be an authentic, good decision for you. You're going to be coming from this place of fear because right now, in this now moment, you're befuddled and that's okay. You're out of alignment and that's okay. So get back to basics, they're saying. So I know that, we did a lot of the one-on-one together. So go back to the heart tapping, go back to the somatic exercises to get yourself back into your body, right? So that you have an operating system that's going to be more authentic and true to you. Okay, Myra? Um, but right now, if you make a choice and a decision, it may not be the best one for you. So you need to be super clear on this, okay? You're going to be okay no matter what because you're in evolution. I don't know if you were here when I first started this, but so am I. I'm in what's called karmic acceleration. So I'm having a tough go at life myself, okay? So as we know, we always survive. We don't know how, but the how is none ya. It is none of your business. You just keep moving forward. Okay, Susan. I just found out I'm 6 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. Do you see what gender the baby is and if it'll be a healthy pregnancy? 6 weeks. That's exciting. I'm feeling okay. Here's what I'm going to go. I know. Okay, so you're asking the gender of the baby. See, it's sometimes it's difficult to do that for me because I go by energy. The energy. Oftentimes the energy and the gender match, but not all the time. So I'm going to answer your question by energy, and I do feel masculine energy. So when you find out, you'll be able to, tell me if it was a boy or girl because our core energy can be masculine or feminine, right? So you could have a girl and she would just be really masculine. So I'm sensing masculine energy. I do feel like you're going to have a healthy pregnancy, at least as of this conversation. I feel like you're older. I don't know your actual age, but I feel like you're older. So there's concerns, or you might have to see a doctor more regularly. Maybe even have a high risk OB, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything's wrong. Okay. I do feel that because you're so sensitive, and now, especially when the hormones are all active, your sensitivity is higher right now. So I do feel like, listen, you're going to have the best experience of pregnancy if you go with what is going on right now in my pregnancy. Not what is my pregnancy going to look like in 3 months from now, what is going on right now, right? So when you go to your appointments, your best bet or the best way, the best perspective or the best way to handle the situation or move forward is to be going and moving with what's actually happening. Oh, right now everything's fine. Great. Done. Oh, right. The next session, everything now is great. Great. Not what if. Okay. The what ifs are going to kick your buttocks. All right, Susan. So I hope that helps. Be very, very present with the now moment. What's going on step by step in your pregnancy. Okay. Debbie, guess I don't need to choose yet. I don't think you need to choose yet. I don't think so. If you're going to do this non-traditionally, let them. What's the word? Oh, it moved my head too fast. What's the word? Let them. Oh, I can't remember the word, Debbie. Let them cross themselves out. I don't know. Let them not make themselves in the running. Let them take themselves out of the running. I hope that makes sense. They'll reveal it and then you'll learn it as you go. Okay. Lady Bree, hello, hello. My psychic mentor passed away a month ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Broke up with longtime friends, and best friend is in rehab. Oh, you're going through it, sister. Been feeling extremely lonely and finding it difficult to heal and move forward in life. Thank you. Sweetie, you're in it right now. You need to say whatever it is that you need to say in terms of describing how you feel, because it's true and it's real and it's authentic. So if you're feeling sad in any now moment, that is real. That is true. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling lonely, whatever it is, it's true. It's real. It's authentic. Something that can help you is if you add the words, and it's okay. That's going to help you allow whatever energetic frequency you're experiencing, meaning whatever emotion, because emotion is energy in motion. Whatever emotion you're experiencing, if you say, and it's okay, you give yourself permission to let that energetic frequency move through the body. The body is a filtering system. The body filters many, many energies, many energetic frequencies that aren't even yours. So when you have your own that are painful right now, right? I mean, you're going through a lot. That's a lot that's happening. Basically, it's like like the ground beneath you dropped, right? And it sucks. And it's okay. Right? So if you're telling yourself it's not okay to feel this way, or it's not okay that any of this is happening, I want to just pose to you that maybe, just maybe, you're resisting whatever's happening, right? Because anything that's happening with us is okay. Let me tell you, I am telling you, in the last month, I've had 3 huge big things. One, I can't really talk about. There's a lawsuit going on. 2, I got COVID, and 3, I had all my taxes done, and I ended up owing the government a shit ton of money, like the most money I've ever owed them in my life. And I'm like, how the hell? What the hell? Oh shit! Oh shit! Right? So it sparks up all of these um stories, right? So the thing is that these shitty things are happening, and it's okay. I don't have to like it. So you don't have to like where you're at. I'm not telling you you have to like where you're at, because if you're going to pretend to like it, you're being very toxic. It's like toxic positivity. We don't do toxic positivity here. You will not, if you work with me and we ever do toxic positivity, like, kill me. Because toxic positivity is like hiding. It's BS. And the thing is when you're working with energy and you're doing authentic work, the only way to heal is to transform. And the way to transform is to allow. Okay? So everything that's going on, it sucks. It does not feel good. It brings up really shitty memories. It brings up really shitty situations. And it's okay. Right? So whatever you're feeling, I say feel. Because the only way to move energy is to feel and experience it, again, because the body acts as a filtering system. Okay? I hope that helps. And I'm really sorry, because that sucks. All right, Della and Khalid. Okay, Della, my friends are coming up next week. Hey. 2 of them I have not met in person before. Do you see things going well? So these like online buddies, well, as in everyone having a good time. Does everybody know each other, or do these 2 people not know the other person? 2 of them I haven't met. Do you see everything going well? Okay, so you're the third. I just have to see who the characters are. You have two friends. Have they met each other before? I need to know that because I feel like there's something that's going on between them. It has nothing to do with you. Okay. Um, okay, so this may or may not sound well or right, but I feel like if you don't if you three don't stay together for that long, this could go really well. So, if you guys are like a week might be too long to be hanging out with each other. But there's positive in that too, because the positive in that is that you get to see how they really are versus having, like online friends. So you get to see who they really are. And so that way you can do some sort of assessment of character, right? Like, do I really want to surround myself by people who act or behave or respond in this way? So if you're just going to get together for a couple of days, like 2-3 days, I think it's going to go spectacular. But if you guys are together for like a week or two, I feel like you are disappointed because truths are revealed that just don't blend or mesh with you. But I got to tell you something. I'll share this with you. I met one of my best friends. I met her because we started out as pen pals. This was in high school, I think. In high school. I haven't forgotten about you, Colin. In high school. So I think I was 16, she was 14. We started out as pen pals. When I graduated high school, I went to see her and we met and we hit it off right away. As a matter of fact, we would have met the summer before at a space camp program, which we figured out. We were actually put in different programs, but we were there at the same time. So we would have met anyways. Okay. So I say to myself, oh my God, this is a girl who and back then they didn't have the internet. We had to write everything wrote letters by hand. We were matched by a magazine. So you always want to leave an open mind, but I feel like you have an expectation or your hope is really big. And if you guys are together for a shorter amount of time, it'll be reached. But if you're together for a longer amount of time, information about their character will be revealed to you that you get to choose whether you want to continue or discontinue. Okay. So that's how that information is coming up. But it could be really fun for a short amount of time. Miracles happen. I'll tell you this much. I don't know how, but I have clients across the world who I don't know. They're not local in Los Angeles, and I'm doing readings for them on Zoom, right? So miracles happen. Like there's so many people in this world that I now know who live in different countries who've invited me to stay in their home if I ever visit their country. They're not local here to Los Angeles. So, keep an open mind, but keep your expectation neutral. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay, Colin. Here we go. Hi, Terrie. The topic of moving came up. If the landlord decreases the rent anymore, I looked increases. My apologies. I had the little thing all weird. Hold on. Let me just see. Okay, Myra and Hannah. Shit. Okay, because I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody's super chat. Because I'm going to be ending this session after that last super chat. So just heads up, Buttercup. Hannah's going to be the last, the last super chat. Okay, so if anybody super chats me after Hannah, I'm going to accept that as a donation. Okay, so thank you. Okay, Colin, here we go. If the landlord increases the rent anymore, we won't be able to afford it any longer. Should I start looking or wait? I would definitely start looking. Here's why. When we're creating and manifesting, we have to be in action. We have to do follow through action for our intentions. So, what is your intention? Your intention is to live in a comfortable place where you feel safe, that you can afford. You feel happy, healthy, that you can afford. That is what you want. So, now you have to do follow through action. Perhaps the universe is nudging you to get out because this place is no longer suitable for that. So you always want to be in action, anything towards your goal, even if it means you end up staying where you stay. Why? Because the emotion is the manifestation. So if you're staying, let's say they don't increase the rate anymore, you feel comfortable, safe, you can afford the rent. That's how you would feel. I hope that makes sense, you guys. It's very nuanced. It's very nuanced, but the emotion is the manifestation. Okay, Khalid? So you got to start feeling what it is that you want to feel, because one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to have to move, and at least you're in the process of finding that right place, or you get to stay where you get to feel the way you would feel, right? So the emotion is the manifestation. Susan saying borderline geriatric pregnancy. Haha. See, I knew you were older. That's okay. If I ever get pregnant now, it's totally geriatric, not even borderline. Don't worry about it. Eliminate themselves. Yes, Susan. Thank you. Myra, one last thing. Should I reach out to Z? You're getting into masculine energy. You're starting to set up that you do the work. I would say no. It's up to you. You get to make your own choices and decisions, but I would say no. Debbie, I owe taxes too, Terrie. You know what sucks is like you owe taxes because you made more money, but then you owe more taxes. And it's hard. So what I'm struggling with, and Hannah, I do see you. I have not forgotten about you. But what I'm struggling with is like not shutting down from making more money because I'm going to have to pay more taxes. So I don't know if you're in that same space, Debbie, but it's like, I don't want to pay that, I don't want to pay this amount of taxes again. But if I do that, I'm shutting down prosperity. I'm blocking prosperity. I'm telling you, the human brain is really weird. So I'm having to learn. Again, here's part of my evolution, something that I've never had to learn before because some crappy situation is showing up to teach me a different perspective. Right, you guys? Okay. Myra says, you may not get to my question. Do you have another question? I think I got to your question. Okay. Hannah's the last super chat question. Okay. So here we go, Hannah. I am progressing a lot professionally and would love to know what to focus on to reach my full potential. Are there any important messages for me? So I'm not clear about your question. I'm progressing a lot professionally and would love to know what to focus on to reach my full potential. So is it your full potential in your profession or your full potential in life? So based on this, I would say you need to work on your clarity. What you need to focus on to reach your full potential is clarity of what it is that you actually want. So what is your potential that you want? Remember, we have, for all intents and purposes for this question and for, manifestation, we have a physical body. We have the astral or emotional body, which is right here. And then we have the mental body, which is right here. So the mental needs the clarity, right? And then once it has clarity, it can feel a certain way. And once it feels a certain way, okay, the mental body energy drops into now the emotional astral realm. And then it can create physical reality, right? Then it can come to the body. So to reach your full potential, you have to get clear on what you want, and you have to know how you're going to feel when you get it. So what is potential for you? You have to define what is potential. And it doesn't have to be everything all at once. It could just be your next step. Okay? But that's what you need to focus on. Okay? Lady Bree, thank you very much. You appreciate. Oh, no problem. Della, yes, we all have been in a group chat for 7 years. There are 5 of us total. Della, Oh, okay. So you've been in a group chat for 7 years, 5 of us total. Okay. Della, that makes a lot of sense. Our trip is 5 days ish long, and my social battery runs out quick. So I've been worried. Take time for yourself. You'll be fine. Just take time for yourself. Susan, aloha from Hawaii. Aloha, Khalid. Makes sense. Della, 9 of us in the group chat, but 5 coming on the trip. You're welcome, Khalid. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me today. The first time back in a while. I made it through. I'm gonna go put some heat on my back and maybe ice my back too. So Friday we will be. You're very, very welcome, Della. I'm glad to be back too. I am. So Friday we'll be here for live meditation at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is California time. But you could, if you don't catch us live, I don't want you to flip out or freak out. You're gonna be fine because you can watch them on the replay. Also, just wanted to let you guys know I am creating a psychic, I guess you can call it psychic development. I'm kind of calling it a psychic tune up. It'll be a workshop, 3 classes starting May 6th. So it's May 6th, May 13th, and May 20th. First class, we're going to work on sight, developing our clairvoyance. The second class, we're going to develop and work on clairaudience. And then the third class, we're going to develop and work on clairsentience. Okay, so it's going to be a 3-part workshop. It's going to be $99 for all 3. Each class will be approximately 2 hours. I'll be posting all the information on the link tree so that you don't have to, miss out on the opportunity. But I just wanted to let you guys know in advance, in case you want to figure out if you're psychic, or maybe you think you're psychic, or maybe you've been afraid of learning psychism or whatnot. I'll coach you guys through everything. It'll be a totally and completely safe environment. We'll have fun. So mark that on your calendars, May 6th, 13th, and 20th. I'll be posting information soon, and I hope you guys join me for that. Many of you have requested that information. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, you might want to, because I do send out announcements like right now until the end of April. There's a 15% off discount for intuitive healing sessions and relationship readings. If you use the code YES, it's either YES15 or 15 YES. I think it's YES15. I can't remember off the top of my head. When you check out. So it's 15% off from now through the rest of April. All right, you guys. So you probably want to get onto my email list just to be in the know of all these discounts, because sometimes I do run discounts, classes, all the fun things. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Stay connected. Bye.